Hello everyone, happy evening, a very good evening. Am I audible and visible? Hello. Hello everyone, happy evening. Am I audible and visible, guys? Please do let me know in the live chat. Just give me a minute to see the live chat. Probably I'm not able to see that. Loud and clear. Okay, Raven, thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much, Sharika. Your mnemonics really were awesome in recalling the answers to the questions. Thank you so much. Right. So I believe that both of us, like you are on one side and I am on the other side. And probably that's why you might see that smile on my face because honestly, like post exam, I have been on the other side and receiving a lot of messages from each one of you telling how the mnemonics helped in saving the time, right? Recalling the things fast, even when someone could not revise, but you were able to get the answer to that topic because you had watched it on the Medsynapse app with the mnemonics. And trust me that I have been filled with so much of gratitude and I feel so blessed, right? It's just I would still say that the content that you see on Medsynapse is still like a trailer. There's lots more coming in your way for the upcoming FMGE and NEET PG. But yeah, this session is not about discussing, how I helped you so much for the exam or to boast about the Medsynapse app. This is honestly as again your well-wisher, telling you that what are the lessons that you have learned, we have learned from INICET November 23. What is the way ahead, how you should approach next. Why am I doing it today itself? I'll tell you the reason for that also very soon. I'm sure that many of you might be like कि निकिता मैम एकदम ऐसे किताबी कीड़े जैसे हैं. शीज लाइक अ बुकवर्म कि आज ही एग्जाम हुआ और आज ही मैम को ये सेशन लेना है, एक दिन का भी सांस लेने नहीं दे रही है मैम. बट यार दैट्स हाउ इट इज गाइज. आज नहीं तो कल करना ही है. दैट मेंशन्ड ऑन टेलीग्राम ग्रुप आल्सो, काल करे सो आज कर, राइट? सो नहीं तो वो करते करते बरसों हो जाएंगे और मालूम नहीं पड़ेगा. सो बेटर है कि आज कर ले. एंड लाइक आई टोल्ड यू देयर इज अ रीजन दैट व्हाई आई एम डूइंग इट टुडे itself. I've never done it on the same day of the exam. The reason I'm doing it today is because I was already getting messages like there are some students like me who would be like, if I think that my INICET has not been good and I know that I have to prepare for NEET PG 24, then why waste time? So especially for those students, who are keen to know on that, what should we do next? So this session is specially for you guys. For the students who need a break, कि हम अभी बिल्कुल नहीं करने वाले हैं, we want that break post INICET. You still have that choice. So basically the timetable also I would be sharing in this session. So you can start following the timetable maybe 2 days later. But for those who are like extra enthusiastic, कि अब तो NEET PG, we have to crack it. Right. So for those, you should be starting from tomorrow itself. And the reason I am here, like I said today, is because the timetable that I had shared on the Telegram group already, that's a timetable that we are also going to follow. There's not going to be a new timetable because we had started a timetable recently on 23rd October itself. So for the students who gave the INICET and could not start following that timetable, you would start following that timetable now. From tomorrow, we are starting with the daily target of pathology. Post this session, I'll be sharing the targets for 4 days of pathology. Right. So I did not want any one of you to feel कि मैम पहले बता देते, हम pathology एक दिन पहले से start कर लेते. That's why I'm having this session today itself. Plus, of course, I so much wish we could meet like offline face to face, but that option is not there. So, you know, we have got so used to this virtual meeting, pre-exam, post-exam, you know, how a mom and elder sister waits to meet their kids, like pre-exam, post-exam, pre-exam, all the best bolne ke liye, post-exam, to tell you that everything is fine. Remember that everything is for a reason. Whether your exam is good or your exam did not go the way that you expected, it's absolutely fine. One exam performance does not define you, my child. So remember that. So that's the reason I'm there to tell you that एक exam का performance will never ever decide how good you would be as a doctor, how good you are as a person, as a human being. Right, so always stress that. Of course, with so much or so many of years into this field and a lot of experience, I can definitely tell you this. Okay, so I'm happy to see so many of you here, like post INICT. Majority of you would be attending the recall sessions, but I think this would be the session where you are actually attending कि NEET PG के लिए क्या करना है next. So whatever queries you have, guys, whatever feelings you are going through post exam, please vent it out all in the live chat. I'm giving you that space. You know, जो बोलना है, जो पूछना है, the live chat space is all for you guys, and I'm going to answer all of your queries. Okay. So yes, Nurul Hassan, definitely. Yeah, let me just see some queries here. Okay. Cupcake, Kyra ko bhi leke aun. Definitely, abhi she's not at home. If she's here by the time we end the session, Kyra would be here as well. Okay, thank you so much, NEET PG live video. I love your enthusiasm. That Akanksha, we cannot wait for Diwali. देखो Diwali हर साल आती रहेगी, but your NEET PG 24 will come just once. So, of course, I want you to spend your time and enjoy the festival of Diwali with your family. But as an 24 hours, you are doing that only, right? So, you have to study also. Maybe thoda sa ek ghanta kam so ke spend more time with your family, but you cannot give up on studying even on Diwali, right? I always keep, I used to keep telling myself when I was also preparing, because I read this somewhere, every minute that you are not reading, imagine that the topper, your competitor, is solving one more extra MCQ, and imagine that's the MCQ that's going to come in the exam. I'm sure that keeps you on your toes. I know that that's being like too competitive, but it's okay. Whatever keeps you motivated, this is what used to keep me motivated. So I use this in the positive sense, basically to keep myself motivated and all the time on the toes. Even if I'm tired, I did not feel like studying, but ये सोच के कि नहीं मेरा एक mark जा रहा है, एक question जा रहा है, and that's very very important. I need to do it. Whatever rest, enjoyment is there, I'm definitely going to do it post exam, right? I have my all life there. So, but I want to get done and dusted with this PG entrance exam at the soonest, because आज नहीं तो कल करना ही है. So better है कि आज करके free हो जाओ, so that you get all the time to spend with your family, with friends, and do the rest of the stuffs. Okay. Yeah. So absolutely fine, guys. Do not think too much about INICT कैसे हुआ, क्या हुआ, ऐसा क्यों हुआ, right? So it's going to be always like that with every exam. Not all the exams will go the way as you expect, but however it goes, have that faith. Like I always tell you, there's a reason for everything. Everything happens for a reason. You might not get what you want, but you are definitely getting what is the best for you in the current moment. You might not know that, but your caretaker, like the supreme power, definitely knows that. Just have that faith and get that peace of mind. You know, I have always been taken care of. You know, सब कुछ इतना अच्छा हुआ है आज तक, तो आगे भी अच्छा ही होगा. There's someone who's always taking care of me. I don't need to get worried about it. Why is this not happening in the present, right? Why is this not happening with INICT November 23? So there's going to be definitely a reason for that. Okay. Nahi Rishik, I did not give the exam this time. Had a pretty hectic schedule, so I did not give the exam this time. Okay. Yeah. So Dr. Adhya is asking, and I'm sure many of you would be having this query, if we start now, can I crack the NEET PG? Absolutely, yes. Some things that I would like to tell you definitely is when you are starting to prepare for the NEET PG exam, remember that you should not be focusing only on like slogging 10 hours, 12 hours of studies is not basically that gives you the results. I believe smart work more than hard work, right? Both are important, but I personally believe that smart work is more important. And for me, that smart work basically is getting some great mnemonics to help me retain the stuff, studying in such a way that once I read, I remember it forever, so that I cannot keep revising everything all the time. But I study in such a way that ek baar pada, but kabhi nahi bhule, and that's where the Medsynapse app and I come into your role. MCQ solving skills. Reading just the notes without practicing the MCQs is never going to give you great results in the competitive exams like this. I'm pretty sure you must have learned from this INICET. So we are going to talk about that. What are the lessons learned? And again, to reinforce that, if you're feeling bad about INICET, remember that you cannot go back and start a new beginning for INICET November 23. That's done and dusted. But definitely you can start today and you can make a happy new ending. So Ardha and everyone here, this is for you. It's never too late to start, but remember that whatever time is left now, give yourself, promise yourself, and promise to me that you will give your 100% every single day. You would be honest with yourself. You are not doing this because of the parental pressure, the societal pressure. You are doing this for yourself. You are doing this for your brighter future, right? So ये खुद के लिए कर रहे हो, when you would realize that कि ये मेरे लिए ही है, this is not for someone else, you know, that will again give you that motivation. ठीक है? Yeah. So first of all, yeah, thank you so much for all the Medsynapse love, Dr. Nikita love that I've been seeing being showered upon. Thank you so much. It absolutely fills me with a lot of gratitude. Like I said, you can see the messages, like these are something that I would always treasure. And these are the messages that give me the confidence ki no, I am making a difference. I am making a contribution. And trust me, guys, messages like this motivate me to do more for the upcoming FMGE exam and the NEET PG exam, reinforcing the faith that, ma'am, whatever you are doing has been right, and that actually helped us. We could hear your voice in the exam. Your mnemonics helped us save so much of time. Right, messages like one of the students messaging, mera pura admit card is filled with your mnemonics because I was just writing down to remember the answers and all. So thank you so much for that, guys. There's a lot more coming in your way for the upcoming NEET PG exam as well. Now, coming to, remember that this is very famous quote by Thomas Alva Edison, who actually failed so many times before the discovery of the electric bulb happened. So once in an interview, Thomas Edison was asked, you know, how do you feel? You failed like almost 10,000 times. So Edison's reply is the best, and that you should also, take it as your answer as well. If the results do not turn out the way you want, tell yourself, keep telling yourself like, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that will not work. Similarly, if my performance has not been good in the INICET exam, that does not mean that I have failed as a doctor, I have failed as a human being. It's just that I found the ways that are not working for me. So what you need to do is just sit down, take your time today and analyze and introspect that what mistakes did I do in the today's INICET exam. So you need to analyze, you need to actually analyze that, what mistakes did I do? Did I do the silly mistakes? Like I knew the answer, I had read the topic, but just because it was like INICET final exam, I panicked and I marked the wrong answer. Second, was it the time management that I was struggling? Answer pata tha, but I was taking so much time to mark the answer, right? Third, is it that I'm very bad with the concepts itself? Like I have read a topic, but if you ask me the MCQ in a different way, I'm not able to answer that. So maybe you need to work on your concepts. Or is it that I was finding it difficult to recall whatever I'd learned, right? And fourth, again, like I said, the concepts, and then you have the MCQ skills. मैंने ये topic पढ़ा है, but when it comes to 4 options, I get so much confused, पता ही नहीं पड़ता whether the answer is A, B, C or D. So try to analyze on these fronts, whether I made silly mistakes, whether I'm bad with concepts, whether it was the recall that I was not able to do, I'd read but I could not recall that, or whether it is the MCQ skills. So if you think that you've done a lot of silly mistakes, you all need to do is basically the more MCQ practice is what you need. That means your knowledge is good, just that, you need to get that MCQ practice. Again, if you are struggling with time management, you have to give more of mock test. That's very, very important. If you're struggling with concepts, you need to get back to basics, right? Because you need to learn the topics thoroughly, especially the previous year topics. If you struggled with the recall, that means you need more revision, and you definitely need Mnemonics. That's the Medsynapse app that basically will help you to remember a lot of stuff. And MCQ skills, if you're struggling with that, of course, you need more MCQ practice. You need to attend the KBMD sessions that we'll be taking more frequently now on the Medsynapse app. Again, the Kaun Banega MD, that's the live TND with the leaderboard where you actually see who's ranking first and second in the live class. So I've told you that what are the things that could have gone wrong and what are the solutions to that you need to work upon. See, until and unless you will work upon this, what exactly did not work my way, you will not be able to understand that what is it that I need to work upon, right? And no matter whatever the answer comes, remember that Dr. Nikita is by your side to help you in this journey. Okay? So whatever difficulty you are going through your PG preparation journey, please feel free to get back to me, be it on Telegram, be it on the Telegram Medsynapse group, or you could DM me on Telegram, or you could DM me on Instagram. I'm always available there, right? So please feel free to share that. Okay, and NEET PG will be in January or March. Med Scientist, it seems to be in March, right? But of course, we have to basically, prepare. We will not wait till the March कि हमारा syllabus complete करने के लिए, ठीक है? Okay. Subject wise ही आएगा schedule cupcake तो फिलहाल, right? Now coming to the cheat codes that could actually work in the INICET exam also, and you need to learn that for your NEET PG exam also. These cheat codes basically are the MCQ solving skills that each one of you need to develop, right? And these are the cheat codes, trust me, that every topper uses to guess logically and to get more questions correct. Do you think that someone who gets rank 1 knew the answers to all the questions? कभी भी नहीं. 100% तो result किसी का नहीं आता. Also, do you think कि जितना score आया उनके सब questions का answer उनको पता था? Not at all. It's just because they use those cheat codes, the smart work, the smart tricks, basically to logically guess the answer to a particular question, right? So, for example, I'll share some questions that I got to know from the students and how you could answer the question to this. Tell me how many of you got this one incorrect? How many of you got the answer to this incorrect? I'll tell you that even if you had not seen the image, even if you had not read this topic, each one of you could get the answer to this correct. कितने लोगों का ये गलत हुआ है? So, Vibin, if you're struggling with the silly mistakes like missing out the not except incorrect, prime yourself in such a way, tell your subconscious mind, I need to read the question very carefully, right? Tell yourself like, someone who's standing there with the whip there, कि not or except आपको miss नहीं करना है. Do more of MCQ practice where you will learn that. ठीक है? Okay. Yeah, so I can see quite a few of you who got this answer incorrect. ये ऐसा question है, like I said, किसी ने नहीं भी पढ़ा है, still you could get the answer right to this. Tell me what were the options to this questions, guys? I believe that these two, I'm sorry, let me go back to that slide. Okay, so I think this is what was given in the question basically. This is a graph that we have discussed in one of our previous classes. And so tell me, what were the options? If I can remember the options that were shared with me, it was sarcoidosis, idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, it was bronchiectasis, right? And there was some kuch chest wall ka muscular wala syndrome, some muscular wala was given. Yeah, Senthil, I'll answer your query as well. How to approach the mnemonics and the tricks if someone is new here. Are the options correct, everyone? Muscular chest wall disease, absolutely right. एक IPF था, I'll write it as ILD or IPF, whatever you tell me, और एक sarcoidosis था, ठीक है? Now, what is the trick, the cheat code that each one of you could use basically to get the answer right? ऐसे questions में मैंने आपको एग्जाम के एक दिन पहले भी ये cheat code सब बताए थे odd man out. I gave you the example of insulin glucagon ratio there. है ना कि anabolic or catabolic cycle, try to rule that, put those in the two categories. Now tell me the answer here. Sarcoidosis is an obstructive lung disease or is it a restrictive lung disease? Sarcoidosis is an obstructive lung disease or a restrictive lung disease? Sarcoidosis basically then leads to your interstitial lung disease. Finally it leads to interstitial lung disease. So this is a restrictive lung disease. Fibrosis, idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis or ILD basically is fibrosis. Fibrosis again is restrictive. Muscular, when I say the chest wall muscular disease, so muscular again means that the expansion is something which is affected. So again this becomes a restrictive disorder. Bronchiectasis, the airway disease, so basically this becomes like your obstructive disorder. Okay, this is the obstructive disorder. So can you see that 1, 2 and 3 options are restrictive and it is only one option that is obstructive. So obviously the odd man out is something that I have to mark the answer, the option as the answer, the one which is the odd man out. है ना? हाँ, absolutely Cupcake. That is where we had discussed this graph as well. So ये वाला क्वेश्चन ऐसा था कि तुमने बिल्कुल भी इसमें गलती नहीं करनी चाहिए थी. If you think that you got this wrong, that means you definitely need to learn these cheat codes with Dr. Nikita because she is passionate about that and I love to work on these cheat codes basically, and that's why the KBMD series where we solve a lot of USMLE pattern questions, clinical questions, the PYQs basically where we would be solving to help you understand all these cheat codes. है ना, ये अगर आपने पहले ऐसे क्वेश्चंस प्रैक्टिस किए होते तो फिर आपको ये डेफिनेटली रॉन्ग नहीं जाता. ओके, सो रिमेंबर दैट दिस इज हाउ यू गेट द आंसर राइट एंड दिस इज हाउ अ टॉपर गेट्स द आंसर राइट. अगर ये 3 रेस्ट्रिक्टिव है तो एक ही ऑब्स्ट्रक्टिव है. ऑब्वियसली एग्जामिनर आपको एक ही ऑप्शन, इफ इट वाज द ग्राफ ऑफ रेस्ट्रिक्टिव तो वो रेस्ट्रिक्टिव का एक ही ऑप्शन देता, रेस्ट ऑब्स्ट्रक्टिव देता. इफ इट्स अ ग्राफ ऑफ ऑब्स्ट्रक्टिव तो ऑब्स्ट्रक्टिव का एक ही ऑप्शन होगा, रेस्ट ऑफ द ऑप्शन विल बी रेस्ट्रिक्टिव. This is a cheat code, you can see INICET also you can use. Next one, ठीक है, this one head aid or basically the heads protocol वाले पे कोई क्वेश्चन था? Yes Senthil, all the more cherry on the cake, the image itself mentioned कि FEV1 कितना था, है ना, तो FEV1 less than 50% लिखा है, so obviously it has to be obstructive. But same, if you forget in the exam hall कि obstructive था कि restrictive था, use the cheat code odd man out. So yeah, I was reading this, someone shared on the Telegram group and again the one day before the exam, the session that we had, मैंने बोला था कि कोई भी न्यू टर्म पे क्वेश्चन आए तो उसमें कोई क्लू ढूंढने की कोशिश करना. So you, some of you did take it very seriously and that helped you in the exam, though it is actually not the right one for this one. So the question was this heads wala protocol, basically the psychosocial testing, this is used for what group, right? So basically some of you use the trick कि HEAD में शायद AD adolescent होगा, है ना. ये ट्रिक यूज करके आप लोगों ने adolescent मार्क किया एंड आंसर सही भी हुआ. So congratulations on that. But actually इसमें the AD is not the adolescent. The activities, alcohol, diet, drugs. Basically this is for a teen's health history that we use this model. See, whatever at the end, this is not a Viva exam where the examiner will ask you कि तुमने AD का adolescent क्यों mark किया. So you are not going to say कि AD adolescent है इसलिए मैंने adolescent mark किया, मुझे लगा adolescent है. At the end, answer right आया, that's our target. This is just like the bridge between completing your MBBS and going into your specialization field. So whether you do it with the smart tricks like this, it's absolutely fine. At the end, you just want better score, right? Okay. Now coming to some mnemonics that absolutely helped you in the exam. So a quick revision of that. MI is a sad event. This is a mnemonic that we have learned in the types of joints. It's a free video available on the app for someone who wants to watch that. The types of joints, every exam, be it FMGE, be it NEET PG, be it INICET, they tend to ask you question on that. You cannot afford to make a mistake in this topic. At the same time, this topic is so confusing, right? कितनी भी बार पढ़ो याद नहीं रहता. So that's why the mnemonics help you to remember that. So MI is a sad event. Anybody, if someone gets a MI, of course, it's a sad event. So MI basically means that the joint between malleus and incus is a saddle joint, right? That's a saddle joint. So you actually had an image based question on that कि malleus और incus का image दिया हुआ था, है ना? So tell me that this one, what is the joint between the incus and the stapes, guys? What is the joint between the incus and the stapes? What kind of joint is that? For those of you who remember the mnemonics, what kind of joint is between the incus and the stapes? Yes. So that's the ball and socket joint. Okay, that's the ball and socket joint. So this is your mnemonic for the ball and socket joint. So this, the I and the S is your ball and socket joint. ECG pe you had a question on hyperkalemia, the tall tented T waves. It's a broad QRS. Rome pe acid base disorders pe there were 2 questions we discussed in the live class. Action potential, SA node wala graph, potassium wala, the role of the sodium potassium we had learned. The story mnemonics that we have learned for autosomal dominant, recessive, X-linked recessive, I'm pretty sure that once you hear that story, you don't have to revise that table also ki kaun sa dominant tha, kaun sa recessive sa. So that's the way that you actually learn. Remember that again, I'm not boasting that, this is how my mnemonics help you. I'm honestly telling you that this is how I have been studying all my life. To be very honest, I've been using all these tricks right from my school days. Even when I used to study history, I used to use story mnemonics like this to remember the, the entire history. So these actually help you. Okay, these actually help you. Bacterial toxin, EF2 wala mnemonic. Remember 2 wala mnemonic, 2 is di and 2 is do. So diphtheria ka toxin, pseudomonas ka toxin basically is your EF2 wala. Bacterial toxins pada hai. Cardiac poison, I hope all of you remember the Econ night story, that beautiful story visual that we have. And we had learned there, Econ is a dawn. Econ is a dawn. So you have Econite, you have quinine, you have digoxin, you have oleander, you have nicotine, which are cardiac poisons. Apocrine glands ka pada hai. And apocrine glands, basically axilla, apocrine, we have learned the trick for that. Germ layer derivatives, these are just to name the few, right? Imagine that if you don't revise these topics, but you learn it in such a way that ek baar pada hai, kabhi nahi bhulenge. And these are not just so many topics. We have like more than 300 topics that we will be focusing on, in the entire schedule that we have. 300 must know topics learned in the easiest way. So you are done and dusted with that. So you don't need to put your energies there, right? So that's very, very important. Yes, absolutely right. So yeah, I had a query here. Shama Shankar also asking how to approach the mnemonics if we are new here. All you need to do is just start watching 2 videos a day, maybe on 2 videos, 3 videos a day, because the videos are very, very short, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes ka ek video hai, one topic hai, but you would learn that topic forever. So you can actually start doing that 2 to 3 videos a day, and you'll be done with a lot of mnemonics till the NEET PG is there. Okay. And guys, yeah, this is the timetable that I was talking about for your NEET PG 24, and even for the students who are preparing for FMGE, this is for NEET PG and for FMGE also. Why for FMGE also? Because considering the timeline that we have, now the FMGE exam is also in January, not in December. So this timetable applies to everyone. This is the timetable which is basically 54 days ka daily target hai. I had given 4 days for grand test and 4 rewind days, rewind or relax days. That is your Sundays. So we actually started this timetable on 23rd of October. But for the students who are preparing very sincerely for INICET and could not start this on 23rd of October itself, like I said, if you are like one of those very, very sincere ones कि मैं तो कल से पढ़ाई शुरू कर दूंगी या शुरू कर दूंगा, you can start from tomorrow itself, because we are starting with a new subject, that is pathology. Okay, we are starting with a new subject, that's pathology there. And this timetable we are doing subject wise, because some of you were saying कि नहीं subject wise नहीं करना है, system wise करना है. This one timetable we are going to do subject wise, where I want all of you to focus basically on the NEET PG PYQs and the FMGE PYQs. FMGE students only have to solve the FMG PYQs. No. NEET PG students, please make sure that you solve the FMGE PYQs also. So if you have not done yet, please start doing that. ऐसा नहीं है कि FMG के questions बहुत ही easy होते हैं और वो हमारे level के नहीं है, ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है. ठीक है? So now in the recent years especially, you would see a lot of overlap in the topics and the questions of the FMG and the NEET PG. So you have to solve the NEET PG papers, you have to solve the FMG papers, and basically based on that, you would be revising the topics. You must have realized from INICET, it's not like very new topics that are asked. The topics are still the same that are being asked right from पहले से. You know, हमारे टाइम से जो पूछे जाते हैं वो अभी भी पूछे जाते हैं. Just that the way what the question is asked is a bit different. The topics are the same. So the depth is more important than the width. Please understand this. That is number one lesson that we learn from the INICET exam also. It is the depth of the topics which is more important than the width that and or the number of topics that you cover. You cannot revise everything. You cannot read everything all the time. Start filtering down the material that you need to read with every revision, right? So what I was saying is, for the students who are starting now post INICET, basically we have 4 days for pathology. If you are taking a break post INICET, you can take a 1-day break tomorrow and you can try to do the pathology on 7, 8, 9 in 3 days rather than the 4 days. So you can catch up 1 day later also. If you are taking a break, take that 1-day break and then start from 7th. For students who want to start tomorrow itself, you can start from tomorrow itself. Like I said, I'll be sharing the target for you कि 6th को pathology में से कौन से system करने हैं, 7th को कौन से करने हैं, 8th को कौन से करने हैं, 9th को कौन से करने हैं. ठीक है? I'll do that for all the subjects. How about the subjects that you have missed because you did not start from the beginning? So if you see basically here, it is 4 plus 2, 6 plus 4. It's 12 days basically that we have missed on for the students who did not start early, right? So there what we'll be doing is instead of the 12 days, we will maybe add 10 days at the end here. So ठीक है, yeah, actually थोड़ा timetable cut हुआ है, दिख नहीं रहा है timetable. Let me see if I can show you that. Okay. Yeah, so I hope you can see this. So basically this is till 23rd of December. So we'll try to wrap this off. I'll give you those 7 days extra or so. So by 31st December, we'll try to wrap this off. So I'll give you those extra days, 24 to 31st. That is 8 extra days, not even 10, at the end to complete these subjects. Whenever you get some time, whenever you have like the rewind days, try to complete thoda of these subjects also, so that in the last 8 days, you can complete these subjects as well. Right, remember that in the last 8 days, you'll have to complete this. So basically, we will be completing this cycle by 31st of December, right? And then the new year, we will be starting a new cycle again, a new revision cycle. Okay? So I think because I want everybody to be on the same page now. No point in starting a new timetable for the students who gave the INICET. So everybody will be following the same timetable जो पहले से कर रहे हैं या फिर जो अभी करने वाले हैं. So this is what you have. I've given you every Sunday off. Either it's a GT day or it's a rewind day. Rewind day is basically revise whatever you have studied in the entire week or complete your backlogs, or if everything is done, take a break and relax. Okay. So every Sunday basically is off. So the students joining new can also use these days to complete these backlogs thoda. Okay. Right, Bhumika, FMG PYQs are available on all the platforms that have the Q banks, right? So basically you can get the FMG PYQs on the platforms like, you know, Prep Ladder also has the FMG previous year questions. If not, you can get the book PDF or the book as well, FMGE solutions. But I think for the recent ones, the app would be great. Yeah. absolutely right, Cupcake. So there's a book, FMGE Solutions by Marwa sir. You can check that out as well. Okay. Yeah. So that's a timetable that we have. Yeah, where I'll be sharing the targets, the daily targets. Good question there. I'll be sharing the daily targets on the Telegram group. That is Dr. Nikita's Medsynapse, not Medsynapse. It is Medsynapse. So that's where I'll keep sharing the daily targets, and all the notifications updates you would keep getting there. Yeah. Regarding the content on the Medsynapse app, I'm working on it to make it more organized, get everything at one place for a particular subject based on the feedback and personally also that I have felt. So we are working on making it more organized. Okay. Yeah. बताओ अभी क्या queries हैं और क्या queries हैं? श्रुति, हाउ टू अंडरस्टैंड कि पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट के सारे वीडियोस कंप्लीट हो गए हैं? The team is working on getting that tick mark feature, like the completed video वाला feature. Till that time, you can बहुत सारे videos तो नहीं है. See, in the Medsynapse app, the question that is it enough? I would say that it's not enough. I'll be very honest with you, but is it essential? Then it is not enough. Then why should I do it? Because I can assure you that whatever you would learn on the Medsynapse app is something that you would remember in the exam even without revision. And like I said, it's going to be more than 350, more than 400 topics. So my target on Medsynapse app is not the subject completion, the syllabus completion. My target is whatever topic I am delivering in such a way that my kids remember it forever. So it's never about the subject, all 18 subjects, because the 19 subject radiology is on prep ladder, right? So it's never about the subject completion. It's about the previous year topics and the potential future year topics that can come in the exam that I would focus on. So that's why you would see that some subjects like anatomy, first year, second year subjects might have more videos as compared to the right now that you also see like the surgery, OBGY wale videos. Because like I said, I am not vouching for the subject completion. I'm vouching for the most important previous year topics completion. Right. So that's what it is. So if you are starting also your preparation now, you should actually start by watching the videos there, getting the so many topics simplified, and then getting into the stage 2, the other complementary platform that you would be using. Right. So what I would basically suggest is you can actually use Prep Ladder Rapid Revision for all your 19 subjects and complement this with the Medsynapse videos. I think that's the best bet that you can take basically to learn everything in the simplest way. Yes, Dr. G, there are, it's never going to end कि बस इतने topics हो गए, short combined की और हो गया. So we are never going to stop there. There are going to be a lot more topics, a lot more MCQ discussions coming in. Like I said, the KBMD is based on USMLE pattern questions, clinical questions, because that is what you are seeing in the exam. There would be, a lot of things coming up. Offline short for NEET PG, yeah, Sharika. So basically we have the short offline class in Hyderabad. In association with Wisdom Medical Academy on 18 and 19 and 20 December. Right now, this is what is decided and finalized. The rest anywhere else, be it Delhi, be it anywhere else, it is not yet decided. So this is something that is for sure. Regarding the Magic Book, like especially the Magic Book 5.0, you will start getting that, where it will have the core topics, like I said, the most important ones that will be available. So this will be available in December, right? We are working on that. Like I said, the organization and everything, so in December mein available hoga. Yeah, the PYQ list, Ravan, we are updating that. So the important topics list or the PYQ list PDF, again, you will find it again on the app. I'm trying to combine all the subjects together and give it to you. Among, will it be projected live on app? No. No, Sahiti, we will be having a lot of live classes also in the Medsynapse app. It's not just the recorded classes, it is the recorded classes plus the live in app. Medsynapse की videos का भी schedule चाहिए वो let me work upon that. If you've taken the Medsynapse app, will the offline session topics be different? It will not exactly be different, right? Basically, the topics would be the same, just that in 3 days we will be doing rapid revision of the most important topics. ऐसा कुछ बहुत अलग सीख लोगे अगर अपने ऐप के वीडियोस देखें तो ऐसा नहीं रहेगा, to be very honest with you. Okay? Yeah. Any other queries there? When and how we will have the live classes on Medsynapse app, you will always be I'll always keep you posted on the Telegram group, right? Because Dr. Nikita is a very impromptu person, you know, definitely, and a person who gets very bored by monotony. तो मैं रोज एक ही टाइम पे लूंगी या एक ही वे में लूंगी क्लास, ऐसा नहीं है. So I like that spicing up in life, and so in the classes I'll keep you posted on Telegram group. So for anybody who's new here who are asking कि आपके mnemonics वगैरह हम कैसे follow करें, क्या करें, so basically this is the app that you have, and this is just one course that we have, no other course on the platform. So it's just one course at very reasonable price, and this validity is for 9 months. Okay, so you'll get it for 9 months. Okay. Any queries here, guys? Any queries apart from this? Garima, it's basically the topics which are different, like Magic Book 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. There were a few topics which I took in 2.0. Then the extra topics that I took in 3.0. 4.0 is more consolidated, having a lot of more topics. So in the app, basically, currently right now in the combined short wala folder, all the 1.0 to 4.0 have been combined together. So you don't need to go into those past books again because everything has been combined. Abhishek, this applies to FMGs also. This was not just for NEET PG students. The FMG students should be following the same. Right? Radiology is on PrepLadder app. Thank you so much, Vibin. And Shruti, kuch topics ke annotated PDFs are not uploaded. Please, if you have a list like that, ki ma'am, iske annotated PDFs I'm not seeing. Of course, I would be sitting now and doing the entire peeping into the app and seeing ki kya uploaded hai, kya nahi hai. But if you have the list, please share with me. On priority basis, I'll share those PDFs with you. Okay, on the app basically. For NEET AIIMS के PYQs करने हैं, पहले NEET PG के करने हैं, फिर FMG के करने हैं और फिर INICET के करने हैं. ठीक है, करोगे तो डेफिनेटली बेटर है. Rather than doing random questions and irrelevant Q banks or anything, I would suggest do the PYQs of NEET PG first, then the FMG, and then the INICET. No, Khyati, right now it's Medsynapse and PrepLadder. Yes, Ravin, definitely. How many revisions would I recommend right now if we are starting like for NEET exam? Even if you start from now, so like we said कि December 31st तक एक करेंगे, फिर आपका जनवरी में एक होगा, फरवरी में एक होगा, तो 3 रिविजन्स तो आप आराम से कर सकते हो if you have already completed the first read, right? You can very easily do 3 revisions. Few videos per subject are enough for preparation. Like I said, it's not enough, but it's the core, those few videos. कितने years तक के हमको PYQs करने हैं? I would suggest minimum of 5 years. Minimum of 5 years is what I'm saying for NEET PG. This is the minimum that I'm suggesting. For FMG, 3 years. Basically, you have 2 papers. And for INICET, you can do 2 years for INICET. ठीक है, NEET PG पे ज़्यादा focus करना, फिर FMG और फिर INICET. Avnish is asking, any suggestion to control temptations to mark the answer while not knowing even the ABC of the question? See, actually, it's a good thing to mark more, to attempt more, because guess sahi ho gaya. Like for an INICET, your 1 guessed question right is equal to 3 questions that you can mark wrong. In NEET PG, it's like 1 guessed question you get right. It's like 4 questions because it's like, you know, +4 and -1. So you can take the risk of taking 4 questions wrong. So it's always good to be more aggressive. You should actually be doing it, but the questions, like, you know, I would say that decide on this based on your grand test and mock test performance. If you think that even in alien questions, when I take somehow the instinct tells me that this is the answer and this seems to be working for me, do it in the final exam as well. If you see that, oh my god, this is not working for me, so you should be consciously telling your brains that you don't have to do it because you have learned it in the past that this is not working for you. So first test whether this is working for you, then based on that make a decision. Okay. Thank you so much, Ketan. Sri Aruna, I've answered this question in the beginning also. It's never too late to start, right? So this is November, December, January, February. Itna bhi aap count karoge to 4 months ka time you have. So if you're starting now, I would suggest the sequence basically should be, first you start with the videos on the Medsynapse, not because this is mine, because this is your well-wisher telling you that you would enjoy studying, right? You will enjoy this journey of studying because everything is with mnemonics and everything is with concepts. Okay? Then you go on to the rapid revision of prep ladder, right? And you complement this with the PYQs. Still you think that there is one of the topics that is missing on here or here, whatever you have read so far, then you can complete it from the main videos or the main notes. Otherwise, don't even touch the main notes. You can skip that for the time being, right? So that should be your sequence of study basically. So Avnish, सीख लो उससे कि क्या हुआ, सही था कि नहीं. You would get an answer to this. I9, like I said, 2 years of I9 for NEET PG is good enough. Yeah, Manisha, 20th notebook is basically nothing but your personal weak topics. No matter how many times you read, you forget that. So my 20th notebook and your 20th notebook or third person's 20th notebook will never be the same because everybody's weak subjects, weak topics are different. So in a grand test, when you give the grand test, please be sure that you are giving consistent grand test. That's why I've given you the Sundays also free. You realize that this topic है कितनी भी बार पढ़ो याद नहीं हो रहा है, that should go into your 20th. The topic which is frequently asked, that should go into your 20th notebook basically. The PYQ that you made wrong when you were solving the PYQs, that should go into your 20th notebook. And your 20th notebook basically should be divided into the subjects. Anything related to a particular subject should go into that section itself, right? So anatomy ke let's say first 20 pages, physio ke next 20 pages. Anatomy ka mujhe jo bhi dump karna hai, it has to go into the first 20 pages only. So please make it like that. ठीक है? Thank you. You have to do magic books of Unacademy also. No SS, whatever has been covered in the magic books previously is being covered on the Medsynapse app also. Okay? Yeah, KBMDs would come in more often from December or so. I'll definitely work upon more KBMDs for you guys to help you learn those cheat codes that, like I said, a topper uses. You know, so I'll honestly tell you that I got a rank 10 in the first attempt of PG entrance itself just by using, by using those tricks. Those definitely added more to my scores. Yeah, so you need to learn that and I can definitely help you with that. Okay. NF100 videos, everything is available on the app. Like it's gonna be available on the app. ठीक है? Yeah. Sonu Chani, like I said, I am on it. I am done with 1-2 subjects. I started with that, organizing everything for one subject in one folder. So, thoda sa time lagega, you know that it's 18 subjects. So, give me some time. I'm definitely working on that. Yeah. Magic book hard copy will be available from December 2nd week or so. Ha, absolutely Sonu, that's what you'd see. Prep RR, PYQs and Medsynapse. You have to add Medsynapse for sure. Okay. All PYQs सब subjects के तो cover मैं नहीं करूँगी यार. It's just one man army here, but I'm being very honest with you because I don't want to give you any false commitments or so. But whatever is the best in my best capability as a single person, I would definitely do that. So imagine that if it's my exam, whatever I would like to do like before my exam, I'll try to deliver that to you. So have the faith that whatever Dr. Nikita will deliver is of course something which is very, very important and must do for my exam. It's basically a no nonsense app, right? So that was for today, guys. I hope you would remember all the advices that I have given you. I hope you would remember this. I hope you would start following the timetable, maybe from tomorrow itself, or take a 1-day break and then get back to that. And of course, right? So today I feel like sharing this with you, singing for you guys post exam, post INICET. And that's again my favorite song. I keep singing that in so many classes. Many of you might be already knowing it, but that's something that motivates me. Like, during my PG entrance exam or something, I used to listen, I used to read something always motivating. So 2 lines for all of you here, and that is, remember that you don't have to stop. If you are tired, you cannot run, at least walk. And if you cannot walk, at least crawl. But just make sure that you are doing whatever you can. You are not wasting your time, because I want each one of you to get done and dusted and be here on the other side with NEET PG 24 itself, or maybe for many of you, the INICET November 23 itself. Right? So remember that the 2 lines are, तेरी वो रफ्तार हो, रोके से भी तू ना रुके, हासिल कर ऐसा शिखर, पर्वत की भी नजरें झुके, आशाएं खिले दिल की, उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की, अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं कुछ भी, आशाएं. Right, so that's basically a non-singer who just loves to sing like a bathroom singer, but I keep doing that. So remember that, ab mushkil kuch bhi nahi. When we are together, we are going to crack it together. Just have that ashaएं, that hope alive ki, basically hope is what keeps you alive, and always have that hope and the faith and the confidence ki I can and I will do it, right? So like I said, together we will do it. Don't get worried. We will do it together. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. And this was for today. So please get back soon after exam. Give yourself that 1-day break if you want, but don't waste too much time thinking about your past INICET, or right, get back to studies. और INICET को बोल दो, अगर INICET से ब्रेकअप हो भी गया है तो बोल दो, राइट, कोई बात नहीं, तू नहीं तो कोई और सही, लाइक कोई और नहीं तो कोई और सही, नीट पीजी INICET अगले आने ही वाले हैं. ओके, सो thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. And yes, goodbye, take care, and keep studying, keep revising, and keep winning. Right, Dr. Nikita is there by your side always. Medsynapse is there by your side always. Thank you so much, and see you there on Medsynapse soon.